Happy Friday, friends. Coasty Chris here. I hope you've had a wonderful week. So thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to continue our series on winter accessories to help keep you warm and enjoy the outdoors even more during the cold season. So I, with this series, want to help encourage people, yourselves included, to get out into the outdoors even in the cold months. Don't let the cold prevent you from enjoying the outdoors and getting that much needed inner peace from nature that I believe you can only get from nature and being connected with the outdoors. So one piece of clothing that I overlooked for so many years is a scarf. I thought it was feminine, and I guess it was my sort of masculine teenage insecurity that prevented me from wearing a scarf. I thought then, after I got over it, I thought they were dangerous. I thought it was going to get caught on something and choke me. And then I realized that I don't work around heavy machinery that much outside of the Coast Guard. And so I started wearing a scarf actually when this middle scarf here was given to me by my girlfriend as a Christmas gift, and it's cashmere. So we'll get into the different types and materials and everything, but it felt so good on my neck, unless I hadn't shaved for a while, which I'm a little rusty here. But it felt so good that I became a fan of scarves. And I want to encourage you, especially you men out there who may have the same opinion that I did, that scarves are feminine, that they're fantastic. It can change an outfit that is kind of semi-warm to one that is much more functional, and it's just a useful piece of clothing. There's a reason it exists. So with all that said, I'm enjoying a beverage in my Coasty Chris mug, or just my Coasty mug. I am Coasty Chris, but our company here, my company is just Coasty, and if you want to help support the channel, please consider getting a Coasty mug or t-shirt, hoodie, gaiter, face mask. We have all of that in the link down below from Teespring. So tonight I'm drinking no things tonight. So I'm imparting some wisdom and sharing a beverage with you all. Skål. Now to scarves. So scarves are fantastic. Taking a look at the examples that I have here, there's some of the more common varieties you'll see. So here I have cotton, and cotton is great because it's going to be cheap. They're going to be everywhere, easily manufactured. You have wool, which is great quality. It's less comfortable, but you're trading comfort for functionality. What's great about wool is that it keeps you warm even if it's wet. So I think it retains something like 75% of its warmth generating abilities or warmth absorption abilities. Even if it's sopping wet, it'll still keep you warm. And that's what's great about wool, except if you do get wool, some people find it scratchy and itchy. So you're trading that comfort for function. It's the most functional article of clothing you can have in cold weather is wool. It will keep you warm. So again, cotton, lighter, it's breathable. So if you're in these like transition months like we're in right now, cotton is great, like this one here. And then cashmere is, it's just so nice against the skin. You're trading not all function, it's still better than nothing, excuse me. It's still better than nothing, but you're prioritizing comfort over function. So it might not be as thick. This is pretty thin. And then you have acrylic, which is also trading function for comfort. Believe it or not, this acrylic is even more comfortable than the more natural material of cashmere. And acrylic is completely on the opposite spectrum of wool. Wool is all function, no comfort. Acrylic is little function, all comfort. And this is actually the one I use the most, is my acrylic one, followed by my cashmere, because like I've said so many times on this channel, you don't want to get gear that you're not going to use. And I found that, I will often get a 5 o'clock shadow, and if I haven't shaved in a couple days or even one day, this cotton one here is just too scratchy. My neck beard just gets in the way. So I won't wear a wool scarf unless I am desperate to keep warm. So my cashmere and acrylic, I've really gotten spoiled. And so you need to find the scarf, just like any gear we talk about and mentality that we use here in Coastie, is get gear that you're gonna use. I found that I use this gear. I can't get rid of this cotton one, even though it's kind of a gaudy Christmas red. It was a Christmas gift from a friend I served with in the Coast Guard, actually my first commanding officer, who has since passed away. And so it's nostalgic for me. I just can't get rid of it. And I use it every now and then around the holidays, Christmas. It's for that. So, scarves, what they do is it's kind of obvious, but then again, not really. Scarves protect your neck, and it's not something that clothing these days easily is designed to protect. Scarves are that go-between. Back in medieval Europe, peasants had a hood, and that hood actually went down to their chest here, and it went all the way up to their shoulders, and it was sort of this mini cloak, and it draped across their shoulders, and it covered their upper body, and then it had this long hood in the back, and so you could put that up over your head and keep warm, but it also kept your neck warm because it connected your head protection with your shoulders and your neck. So therefore, this whole section was covered by that medieval hood. We've separated that now. We have a coat, and then we have head protection. But we've gotten away from that intermediate level of protection here around our neck. And especially in the Midwest, I haven't always lived here, and I realized that there's this constant breeze, and that breeze just eats away at your temperature. So one of the reasons I'm doing this video today is because I woke up and it was 25 degrees and felt like 15 degrees today. I'm like, oh, geez, winter's here. So I need to really get going on this series about winter clothing because it's what I'm wearing these days. And scarves are completely necessary. I will go out, I will forget my coat before I forget my scarf because it's so important to protect yourself from the wind. Wind will get in and render a coat almost useless. It's not going to be actually useless, but you're going to feel the wind so much more if you don't have that sort of neck protecting that scarf, keeping that wind off of you. And that's really the function of a scarf. Now, how to wear a scarf. Nobody actually taught me how to wear a scarf. So when I first got this one from my girlfriend, my initial reaction was to go like so and then wrap it around and have this sort of two-tone thing right here. This is fine, but it's not as comfortable to me. And actually, eventually one of these is going to pull more than the other, and you're gonna have to loosen it, and it's not easy to loosen because you're dragging it across your skin, making that friction. So this way, I think it also looks a little bit more feminine, if you guys are concerned, but I don't think it's as functional either. You got these two dangly things in the way, and it's just, I don't like it. The way I recommend is to fold it in half. So that means you have to have a scarf that's long enough to fold in half. And that's one of the things that you should look for in a scarf. And take it, fold it in half, put it around your neck. Now you have this loop right here. Just tuck that singular loose end, that singular bitter end, for you nautical folks out there. And now you have one thing to worry about. And not only that, you have now quadrupled the function of your scarf to protect your neck. Instead of having a single layer around, you can now afford to have something like this, which is cashmere, and it's so nice, but it's thin. But it's not thin if I now have 4 layers of it on my neck. And Now, it's neat, it looks good, it looks professional. I wear this to work because I live less than a mile from my work and civilian work. And this is how I recommend to get the best use out of a scarf for men and women because it's just so much more functional. The other way, it's kind of a hassle. You got two long bitter ends, and it's kind of more dangerous. Now, this one, sure, you can still have it pulled on you, but for some reason, even if I pull this as hard as I can, I still have this gap right here. My Adam's apple isn't being constrained, and I can still breathe, even if I pull it as hard as I can. So that's a little bit about scarves and some of the history of a scarf, but scarves are incredibly useful. It's an accessory that will absolutely make or break a full set of protective clothing. And if you don't have a coat that's designed to come up and still be comfortable so that you will use it, I highly recommend that you get a scarf so that you can combine it with all sorts of different outfits. You can go festive too with scarves, and that's what I love about it. It's an accessory that you can accessorize and have fun with. So I hope you all found this interesting. I hope you had a great week again. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell as well, as I'm obliged to say here on YouTube. Definitely check out some Coasty swag and apparel, and Skull. Coasty Chris out.